Yo, what up?
Yo, I'm Miki.
I'm Sai.
And we are Brothers Ali.
And today, we're reviewing Bad Boys
Ride
Ride
or
or Die.
Alright,
God,
so
Bad Boys
this
4,
is
finally.
the fourth entry from, a continuation from the third one that came out of nowhere actually. And just came there and I guess he watched the previous three fresh before, coming to watch the fourth one on 11th June. Yeah, he gets to watch it all, but I got things to do, with all the Comet Pictures thing and life. I didn't get to watch the entire franchise with him, so I watched it blind. He gets to watch all of it fresh.
Yeah, we're Bad Boys virgin.
Yeah, we did watch Bad Boys at home before though. Police Evo.
Oh, yeah.
Literally at home. I mean, as in Malaysia. Yes.
I mean, like, people have said it passingly before that Police Evo is basically Bad Boys, right?
Yeah.
And after having watched Bad Boys for the first time, oh yeah,
The
I have to
influence is
say
clear, right?
yes, it is very clear. And
Yeah.
if you're wondering which do I like more, I just like them both. You know, I like if it's more I guess for now in terms of consistency, I have to go for Bad Boys.
Both has its place, right? But
Yes. I love all 7 movies.
so we got different perspectives here for
Yeah.
from a
Like
guy who's like jumping
who
the
just
shark.
like straight up watch the
Yes.
fourth movie.
Yes.
I on the hadiah on 9 June. I for the first time
Which is 2 days before this
Yeah.
screening. Yes.
I saw all 3. And I gotta say, even up until the fourth one, it just got better and better and better and better and better. And I have to say, like, the fourth one is it's so good.
Yeah, it's very good.
And I like how it subverted my expectation because I thought that Bad Boys is the Will Smith show. Like, he's the cool guy, and then there's the lame guy. Is supposed to be like to make Will Smith look cool.
Yeah.
I'm wrong. Apparently, it's a very like
Proper 1-2 punch.
yes,
Yeah.
proper one. It's a very Martin Lawrence / Will Smith show.
Yes.
It's not like one is not like bigger than the other. And I also learned that not only it looks like Will Smith is totally at home with this, apparently Bad Boys was Michael Bay's first movie.
Yeah, to my surprise. So this is totally his baby, man. And I gotta say, even though this is not directed by him, this is directed by the duo of Adil and Bilal, Belgian filmmakers, who directed a bunch of stuff, which is like not, I mean, they so like I said, they're Belgian, so they made Belgian films, 2 Belgian films before transitioning to Hollywood, and directed some Miss Marvel episodes, and the unreleased Batgirl movie. Oh god, man, they're having a rough time in Hollywood, but yeah, I guess they get a they caught a break with handling Bad Boys, and looks like they handling it very well.
Yeah, I can attest to that because they take the helm since the third movie, and they took it at the right time because it's kind of like I don't know where Will Smith come back in a way, right? At least homecoming to the Bad Boys franchise. Like, it was like I don't think Will Smith is a guy who never left. I think whoever left, he's the kind of actor that never stopped acting, and he worked in many great movies, even though it's not really my cup of tea for the most part. But he has some roles that I really liked. Um, the thing is, ever since they take over, they still kept all of Michael Bay's like style and all of his like shots. But in the fourth one, there's more dynamic shots that Michael Bay wouldn't do.
This is transitioning from Michael Bay to Adil and Bilal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it still feels like a Michael Bay movie.
It does, yeah.
Like sometimes
Yes.
with the like the low shots and everything like that.
Swooping low shot, yes.
Yeah, and Michael Bay has been in like these movies as cameos, and it's always a lot of fun to see him there. And from get go, I think when I saw I'm not gonna do reviews, or we don't even get. I'm not gonna do like therapy session or whatever. I'm just gonna say it right here, in case you were wondering. So Bad Boys, I don't like it. I'm not a fan. It's very outdated. Rough around the edges. Like, it's very evidently the first movie of a director. It's very. I mean, from all that I heard about Michael Bay, have an image of him, Bad Boys represent all of that. And then when it comes to Bad Boys 2, I start to realize something, that he just wants to have a lot of fun. Yeah, I know this is not a revelation to most of you, but it is a revelation for me personally, being in on this journey, right? That he just wants to showcase whatever he wants. Like, if he wants to blow shit up, if he wants to, like, okay, now we're gonna tell a story how a bullet grazed one part of Martin Lawrence's ass, and then the whole story is gonna be about that, and how that create a rift in the friendship between
No,
the two
no,
of them.
it created a crack.
A crack, a crack in the relationship via the ass, via the butt. So he stays on that, and he makes sure that everything, including the ad libs, are all part of the story. You know, they will stick to that. I love that thing. I just love that. And then in the second one is the most like everywhere. That is like, okay, if
Everything
I'm
goes pow, pow, boom.
yes, like, it's the most explosive movies. One of the most explosive movies I ever watched in my life.
Also, I heard, yes.
Not just for Michael Bay standards, right? So before I wasn't a Michael Bay fan, I started to become a Michael Bay fan since Bad Boys 2, right? When Bad Boys 3, even though Michael Bay took a step back, like I said, the style is still there, but it brings a lot of heart. So it grows even more so in the fourth movie. It becomes even way better, and I can see why Michael Bay sticks around as the producer all the way.
Yeah.
This is very respectful to his legacy, and
Yep.
dude, I appreciate him now, So it goes, the first movie I would give it a 4 out of 10. The second movie I would kind of give it like a 8 out of 10. The third movie I would give a 9, and this one, oh my god, this is, you can already guess that, right?
Let's just stick to the end. Yeah, with the
So
rating.
what I like about this movie is that in the third one, it explores the theme of, what happens is if Mike Lowry died, right? So in this one, it goes on the reverse, how Marcus Burnett dies. But the difference is, like, how Burnett is taking it, like, I wouldn't say lightly, but more positively. It's like the outlook is very different.
Oh,
And I
God.
think that adds more because of how big of a contrast it is between Marcus Burnett and Mike Lowry. But at the end of the day, opposites attract. No matter how different they are,
Yeah.
that makes them like more attracted to the quirkiness of one another. And dude, I think Martin Lawrence is really fun with this one, and even stretch towards the end, right? The running joke of like he cannot die is very fun. And um I wanted to say this from the get go, man. I can't believe how much Reggie have grown up.
Oh shit! I've known nothing about Reggie, but he does have that, that stay in the basement kind of kid energy.
Yeah.
But I guess that up to this fourth movie, he's now a U.S. Marshal or something, U.S. Navy or something, right?
No.
Fourth movie.
It's in the second movie. He's
Okay.
like a guy, like he's a teenager, like, I want to date your daughter or whatever, right? And then Marcus and Mike was having a fight before he came to the door, right? At Marcus's house, and then Marcus try to do the dad thing where he tries to scare Reggie away so he can protect his daughter. So he makes sure that only the right one, would date and eventually marry his daughter, right? Nobody
Yeah.
would break her heart or anything like that. And then I like how Mike tried to do a the what do you call it? They extend the olive branch, try to reconcile with Marcus, right? Because at this time they had a little bit of rift in the relationship. Like they had one in the second one, and they also have in the third one. Yeah, it's all about that. It's all about like how the reefs are there, and then they try to get back together and
Yes.
remember that they're like family at this point, right?
But yeah,
So then Mike comes in and do the 1-2 punch, try to also scare Reggie. And then fast forward in the third movie, Reggie is like the marine, right? So in the and he married, right, Marcus's daughter, right? So in the fourth one, I like how they just like, you know what? You were Marine. It was never showcased before. Now you're John Wick. It's like,
I was like, wow, that's
oh
like
god,
I
thing
mean
is awesome,
I
man.
mean I didn't expect because I've seen Miss Marvel, some of the episodes that they directed. The kind of kinetic is not John Wick kind of kinetic. So to see them to be able to pull a John Wick in this movie, I'm like, kudos, man.
Yeah.
Like,
And then not just Reggie, they bring back a lot of the characters, like even throughout, like up until the fourth movie, most people repress the role except for Marcus's wife, which is a little bit weird because they went all lovey-dovey in this movie, more so than before. But it's another actor, at least from what I saw, right? But everyone except for that one Asian guy in that the team in the third movie, that was led by Rita, played by Paula Nunez. Um, most of them reprised their role. Vanessa Hudgens, Alexander Ludwig, and it's fun to see them all here because the way Bad Boys 4 explore the passing of torch, so to speak, is very much so, like, I would say subtle but natural. If you see the movie, you're gonna see people like Don, for example. He can be skill wise. He could be, you know, he could be the next Mike or whatever, right? And then the other guy could be straight up Mike's son, and his illegitimate son Armando, played by Jacob Scipio. And then it could be Kelly also, right? Kelly could also take over and be the next one in line for even Reggie at this point. The to carry the legacy of both of these two, right? And I love how they explore that thing.
since I'm pretty new with Bad Boys and the dynamics, and I haven't seen the relationship flourish between these characters, this main duo, and the characters surrounding them. So I have no idea how the dynamics work. So in this fourth one, I get to see it, and these trends of like bitter old man not enjoying life and shit, like being all
Yeah.
grumpy
Oh
and
god.
sad.
Like
Indiana Jones.
Indiana Jones, and then Secret Invasion. I still
Yes.
boycotted this show to this day. I'm never gonna watch that show.
So to see like these two carefree cops living their best life, doing some unorthodox cop shit, and just just living their life, and being happy, and being having that 1-2 punch, getting each other up kind of thing, like bonding and all that. It's refreshing to see.
Yeah.
I feel like so cheesy inside. So happy to see that kind of thing in a world that is getting effed and effed in the A by the moment. To see that movies is about having fun, and we're watching this, we're having fun with them because they're having fun playing those characters and riding along the ride of being bad boys.
And then it's not like they didn't explore, like I said, the theme of death. In the third one and the fourth one especially, they focus on how old they are. Because, you know, in the third one, Marcus is like, whatever you do, don't take him away. I will promise I will show no more violence. I will like, I will not do, unto others violence anymore if
Yeah.
you let him live. you didn't know. You just
I'm just because I haven't seen
yeah,
the other
yeah.
three. Yeah.
And then in the fourth, so it's like Marcus feels like, okay, he kind of felt before, right, that Mike didn't found love. Like he's still playing around, but he's getting older. He haven't lived life, the traditional life, so to speak. Like you get married, get a job, get a car, get a house, that kind of thing. Which is like I like how the way it's depicted, as especially by Marcus, the character played by Martin Lawrence. It is seen as some that's something that a lot of people seems to stray away from, with the MGTOW and everything, and even with the hedonistic lifestyle, and even somewhere people just want to be free, just want to live another way. Like I would say I kind of stray away from that too. Um, the way this depict this thing is very positive instead of very negative, as most media like to do today. And I'm not just talking about films, which I like that. It's very wholesome. Um, and it's not shitting on the other lifestyles. It's just showing that the traditional way can also work, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But as it explores how, you know, Marcus wants that for Mike in the previous movie, in the fourth movie, it feels like since Marcus has always been the married guy since the beginning, since Bad Boys 1, so in the fourth, it's like, I think, you know what that is the straight up, it's straight up midlife crisis. It's like, oh yeah, okay, I'm married a long time ago, but I forgot what living life was all about. So I like all that energy, man.
Oh, that's why
It's so
it's all
good.
aloof.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
interesting. All right, all right.
And I like all the cameos in here, which I think shouldn't give it scores, but it helps. You know, like for example, there's Tiffany Haddish, right? So she's supposed to be like one of the like the people in the like strip club owner or something, right? She's supposed to help them, and then there's also another character, um, it's kind of like also try to get them to somewhere, right? Join the Lucas, shout outs to him. And then there's DJ Khalid making a return from the last movie. And DJ Khalid, he's like not really like I would say a good person, but he's always like a fun meme whenever he appears. Dude, the action is very much like, I would say, tight, but
Yes.
at the same time
Age appropriate.
age appropriate. Yeah,
Yeah,
for
because
all the different characters.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Mike and Marcus, they
They
don't move,
like they used to.
like the others. But when, if you want the good stuff, you can get it from other characters like Don, Kelly, like Armando,
Animal
Reggie.
Reggie, yes. Reggie is the most unexpected one. I'm like, oh damn, like this guy.
Should we cut all of that part out about Reggie so people can watch it for themselves?
Nah,
Like,
nah,
but everybody's watching this movie right now. Like, who cares?
So who cares? Yeah,
You already
whatever.
know.
Yeah.
I have to say, I'm a little sad. A character that's been with them since the beginning. They kind of use him for a plot device.
Yeah.
And it's not like a nice feeling. But I guess that helps, with the modus operandi of the character McGrath. He's a very ruthless villain.
Yes.
I love the fact that his entire thing is not about killing the people. It's just that if they kill anyone, it is to tie up loose ends, and he is all about destroying people's like reputation and legacy and everything like that. And he does a very good job at it.
And yeah, and his whole thing is he orchestrated some events to make Mike and Marcus become fugitives
Yeah.
on the run
And he's
with
really good at framing these
Armando.
two.
Yeah, yeah. Very, oh my god. I mean, I know it's quite, I mean, I've seen this kind of storyline quite a few times already.
Yes.
But it doesn't make it any less compelling the way he does it. Yeah.
Yeah. I think I would say he's even a better villain than the villain in like Mission Possible Dead Reckoning. I think he does a better job. I think he does a
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't know if it's a cleaner job because okay, the thing is too, he does do a cleaner job, but he is in the wrong franchise. Because he's bad boys since the beginning, stuff blow up everywhere. It cannot be as clean as the character wants it to be. Imagine, right? If there is ever a ninth installment of Mission Impossible, and they're gonna have a new villain together. If it's McGrath, yeah, it's gonna look even more badass, and then the villain in that Reckoning Part 1 and also Part 2, right? And I can't think of a better team to go against them than the team of like Rita, Kelly, and Don. And unfortunately, I think Rita doesn't do much in this movie, and I think the character that does even less have to be Rhea Seehorn,
Yeah,
which
plays
is
Judy, yes.
yeah
The daughter of Captain Howard.
of Keta Howard,
Yeah.
and she is very underutilized, fresh
Yeah.
coming out of like a Better Call Saul.
Yes.
And yeah, it's unfortunate that she was snubbed in the
Yeah, she
but that doesn't mean that you should just snatch her away into a franchise, which I think this movie sometimes it does feel like it has too many characters,
yeah.
and sometimes they don't know what to do with that. But those sometimes are very small pockets that it doesn't really affect the rest of the movie. The pacing of the movie, it moves along like really well, and it just
Yeah.
go from one set piece to another and another. Because set piece, I have to say,
Oh yeah, the set piece.
oh god,
I think for me, I think the first half is honoring Michael Bay because it's very, flashy and kaboom and all that shit. And then the second half, like I said, like this is both the passing of the torch to other characters maybe in the franchise and passing the torch of really passing the torch of Michael Bay to Adil and RB, because the freaking action scenes in the third act, oh my god.
yeah.
It was crazy, man.
Before we get to that, I gotta talk about the first half, right?
Okay,
So,
go ahead.
I like how they always started with Mike driving really fast and Marcus complaining ever since the beginning, right?
Oh, there's a trope.
Yes, that's true.
Okay,
right?
alright. The
And
running
then
gag.
I like how they go inside the store and he says, just get the ginger ale. And then Marcus does whatever he wants, right? And lo and behold, it turns out that because he spent too long, happenstance, there is a robber. And then I like how the movie at this point have established how badass, Mike Lowry and Marcus are. That they don't even pay any mind to the robber. And it's like, Mike, what did I tell you? Did I tell you just to get the ginger ale? See what happens now. Now we're late. It's not about see what happens now. Now you're in this situation, and like our fate has brought us upon us like something that would destroy everything. Like in this case, getting Mike late for his own wedding.
Yeah.
Congratulations to Mike.
Yeah.
But so in that scene, how everybody is being nonchalant, and not really the cashier. The cashier is kind of scared for his life.
Yeah.
Even the robber to a certain extent.
But in addition to being scared for his life, he's also very sassy. The the cashier.
Oh yeah, I thought you were the police, right? So, this scene feels very much so like it's so cool. It's so this is like straight up. It brings me back to the Marvel one shot. Something happened on the way to Thor's hammer. Starring Clark Gregg as one of my favorite MCU characters ever, Agent Coulson.
Yeah.
Dude, that thing's funny. You should check it out, man. It's really good. So, what I like about this scene is that, especially for people like him who don't know who Marcus and Mike really are,
Yeah.
it's a really nice introduction, right? Like straight
Yeah.
up, like, okay, just so you know, these people don't care, and they've been so jaded, and they've been so through so much. They are capable of handling every situation, and this is nothing.
Yeah, it's just
So
another Tuesday.
when
Yeah.
we get straight to the wedding, it feels like how much of a cold open the
Oh
robbery
yeah, that
is.
was a cold open.
Yeah,
Yeah.
see, it's funny. Like it's like you straight up get who the characters are, right?
Yeah.
Like at least the main two, right? Like
Yes,
who
yes, yes, yes.
how they conduct themselves and everything like that. And I like how they explore, you know, Martin's meeting with Captain Howard.
Yeah, that was very. It's a really weird, poignant, and it's mostly
Like
weird
it feels
way
like kind
of.
of art housey. Even throughout the movie, there's like candy falling, and then there's slow mo, and then there's water
Yeah,
and
yeah,
everything,
yeah,
and
yeah, yeah,
there's a
yeah.
lot of shots that are funny. I wouldn't say energetic, but it's more like
Yeah, I think it is. I think it's quite energetic
yeah.
because.
It's despite being slow mo, it's energetic. It feels like
Yeah,
very It's just very fun.
yeah,
It's,
and
it just wants to be like you're laughing out loud as you see
yeah,
it
yeah, yeah, yeah,
happens.
yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, speaking of that too, like all the jokes hit.
Oh,
All the
yes, yes,
jokes
yes,
hit.
yes, yes.
Like
It does. It does.
okay, it's for him too. Apparently, the first time watcher, he straight out watch four.
Yeah.
I watched 1, 2, 3. Like I said, I didn't like the one at all. I didn't like the comedy. I didn't like the action, right? But then I start to appreciate the action in 2, and then I appreciate the heart in 3. And I think 3 only that they started to make jokes that are kind of funny, because I feel like more like the style of Adil and Bilal is more what do you call it thing, more intimate, to the point that I think somewhat they are involved, along with the writers, right?
Yeah.
Involved with the jokes that they do, because 1 and 2 under Michael Bay kind of rely too much on the ad lib between Martin Lawrence and Will Smith, because Martin was a stand-up comedian that didn't really he wasn't really that big in stand-up comedy. Then he becomes like an actor comedian,
Yeah.
type of stuff. And then Will Smith is somewhere in between. It's kind of versatile, right? So they kind of want to play on that natural chemistry that they have in real life, right? Um, as the ad lib in character, but it kind of doesn't work, because that's how ad libs are. You just keep recording until you find you get the good stuff, and then you keep that,
Yep.
and then you put that in the movie, and you cut out the rest. Yeah. So I like how they are more hands on in the third and fourth one. I'm not hands on, really more involved. It still feels very much written in a way, ad lib style, like Will Smith and Martin Lawrence, but it's not really it's not fully unstructured. It feels
Yeah.
somewhat tight knit into the narrative way more than before the third movie.
Yeah.
So in the fourth movie, the difference is like the third is like I laugh quite a lot more. In the fourth movie, I laugh at every single one of them. Like every single thing that is intentional to be funny, I laugh out loud. It was like such a good time.
Yeah.
And couples can enjoy it too. My friend, like, he brought a date. He's right beside me, and he had fun as well.
Yeah.
He sat somewhere else.
But yeah, the jokes land, even the thing about having black leads and mostly black characters, they tend to go black humor all the way.
Yeah, like
It
it's
doesn't
not
relate.
exclusive to them. It's like you're watching a movie that is like a series like Kim's Convenience, for example, and it's supposed to be like even the Simulio there, he you know he acts as a Korean, right? Even though he's not Korean. I'm not saying Kim's Convenience specifically, because I haven't really watched that show, but I kind of know a bit of that show, right? Usually, what these kinds of shows tend to do, not specifically this is an example, is that because they're all Koreans there,
Yeah.
they do a lot of Korean jokes.
Yes,
Because
yes.
these old people are Chinese, they will have Chinese jokes. Sometimes like,
Yeah.
so a lot of black jokes that are, that's just a lot of people can't relate to.
Yes.
Because it's very exclusive to them. So in Bad Boys, especially the fourth one, even I think throughout Bad Boys, throughout the kinds of joke they do was never really like an exclusive, black people thing. The only thing they do is like, I think it's in the third one, they went to the beach. Sorry, rich white people, which is kind of weird coming out of Will Smith, who owns his own you know,
Zip code.
zip code. So yeah, that's kind of weird that he makes that joke or whatever. But in the fourth one especially, it's like very very funny. Everything lands, and yeah,
Yeah.
none of it is stuck to only one race kind of joke. Like
Yeah.
it is like all inclusive kind of jokes.
Yes, yes. Even if it's using black tropes, it's still funny enough and universally funny enough that I laugh.
Yeah, of course they have to say it the black way because that they kind of that's the you know who they are, right? They talk how
Yeah.
they talk because it
Yes,
will be
yes.
weird if they talk like somebody who's Arabic or Asian or something. That would be
Yeah, it
weird.
would be weird. Yeah.
Where um there are a lot of funny scenes and a lot of the actions are fun, and then there's like one particular scene that is very intense. It was on the plane
Oh,
where
that
they're
okay.
transporting
Okay.
Armando.
Yes, I want to talk about that scene.
Oh
So
God.
there's a similar scene in the movie called Grey Man,
Okay. Oh, Grey Man.
where an aircraft of some sort going down. In that movie, you see a blob called Ryan Gosling and a blob called a bunch of other blobs called the bad guys. So when the thing happens, you can't see shit of what
You know
happened.
who is who,
You
right?
don't know who is who. It's just like
They
a
don't look like
flash.
human. They look like blobs.
Just like blobs of CGI going around. Even the very very solid helicopter, whatever aircraft that was crash landing, I don't know what the hell happened. Who skydived? What debris is going down? I don't know what I saw. It was a cluster fuck. But in this movie, I don't know how it feels like. I don't know. It feels like they're playing a video game and they have a lock-on system. You lock on onto a particular subject and you can see everything clearly in that chaos. Like I don't know how. I
The
think
camera is so good, man.
I don't know how well they shot their Belgian action movies. I don't know how well it was made, how well it was received, and I have no idea how Batgirl would look like. And I sure as but and I sure can see some of that kinetic yet very clear direction of action in Miss Marvel of all things. I know it's a mid show, but the energy of that is there, of like what we see in what you feel in Bad Boys 4 does exist in Miss Marvel somewhat. So come back to Bad Boys 4. Yeah. I mean they can like manage chaos very well, and we need more of that. I mean that is a two kind of approach in doing action, right? That's the John Wick and Bruce Lee kind, where you hold wide and everything is in camera and you can see all the choreography landing clearly one by one and all that. Being technical about that, right? You can see everything moves clearly even as everything moves fast. And then there's these guys where you can have all the
Fancy schmancy cameras and still
being
everything.
rolling and shaking all over, but you can see and understand every single bit that's going on. I don't know how they do that, and that carries on like to the third act that I alluded earlier.
Yeah. But the scene feels so intense, right?
Yeah.
That since Armando was like a prominent villain in the last movie, it feels like it's very expendable. And they explore multiple times about death and getting older from Mike and Marcus, and how they already do the passing of the torch thing, and you can totally see who could take over, and you see three ways, like I said, right?
Yeah.
So two ways in this case, in case Armando is gone, right? You can kind of see like they're all gonna be dead, and
Yep.
I would totally like be okay with them being dead, not emotionally speaking, but with the storyline, because it is like so intense. It's like one of the scenes that they're the main characters, they're not gonna die, but who knows? This is the fourth movie. Maybe they are going to die. Maybe they're dead in this scene. It really feels like that. It really feels like that for me. It's so like it's an edge of your seat action.
Yeah, yeah,
And it
yeah,
feels
yeah.
very good. And like I said, um, the tone, it doesn't mess with the theme of the movie, but it changes tone and it's just exclusive to that scene. It feels very intense and very rough, and
Yeah.
anything could happen. No, not really just exclusive to that scene. They have other smaller parts that happens similar to that, but this scene in particular feels like they have been in this set piece for like 3 months at least worth
Yeah.
of training. I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong. No, I hope I'm right because that would be epic. That just shows the amount of effort they put into this scene. It was so good, man. That scene was so intense. And the thing is too, we almost forgot to talk a bit about like Armando's intro, kind of like introduction, right?
Oh my
Which
god.
is like very similar to Pain and Gain, directed
Oh,
by
Michael Bay.
Michael Bay.
Yeah.
But this is directed by these two. There's like, okay, want to talk about that scene, or I can talk about it. But it's just essentially what it is very innovative. How he uses,
Oh, that. Yes, yes,
yeah,
yes.
like his shirt,
He looped it around a weight
weight,
of the heaviest
the heavy lifter.
mass. Yeah.
So he's
Yeah.
like using it as a flail or something.
Oh shit. It was like so cool,
And the
man.
scene is so violent.
Yeah.
And I think Bad Boys never shy away from being violent. And even since the first one, it is violent for the standard of 1995, right? So that's why I love Bad Boys. Part of it being so consistent, even up to the fourth one, the violence is very like top notch, and it looks realistic. It looks like the kind of violence that I really want to get into. Like I'm really into. It's not over exaggerated. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like me Quentin Tarantino violence, but that's like an over exaggerated one, and then there's like cheap ones like Machete, whatever.
Yeah.
And then there's this one. Yeah, it looks very visceral and real. Like
Yeah,
it can
yeah.
actually happen. And the thing is, it's few and far between, and they don't indulge in it.
Yeah, they're doing indulge in it. Yes.
It's just like just enough. But what they show is like straight up. This could happen to a real anatomy. Like straight up, it looks very good, top notch level violence. Not too much blood, not too little. And everything is scanned in camera. They don't cut away. The
Yeah.
editing is so good. I love it. I love it. And the fourth one, it is better than ever, especially with that scene. Like the Armando before he got transported, right? That was the leading up to why he would be transported because he's attacked there, and that's also part of like McGrath's genius to attack him, not to just kill him because he can identify who he is, right? They also want him to be in the transport, in the transport. It's very like meticulous, man. Or it could just be because he failed to kill him there, he went there also. But either way, he's always ready and he always there. He's always lurking everywhere. You miss a step, McGrath in there is there, and that makes it very funny when they're up against. Although Mike Lowry and Marcus Burnett are very what they call have proven time and time again to be very resilient, doesn't change the fact that they're not like the most skilled martial artist, weapon specialist kind of police out there. They still use like mostly handguns. So seeing that, this really mad genius fighting these two, I like that contrast. It's very funny, man. I love that shit, man.
Yeah.
It feels very like the Abalu Fadil 3 type shit.
Yes. And yeah, I mean, I keep saying this because this is everyone's favorite part. It's also my favorite part. The third act at the abandoned crocodile themed park. Oh my god. I mean, I think by now you have seen the viral clip of behind the scenes of that scene where, he was shooting, it was first person. In the actual movie, it's way cooler than that. It's like a mixture between CGI cinematography and drone and meticulous steadicam that you see in the behind the scenes footage that went viral. That was so cool. Like the switching between the camera and the gun, and then the switching of perspective to the drone, and then characters coming in, explosion. It's very well choreographed.
People give that movie a lot of shit, but I think that's one of the coolest parts of Age of Ultron, when they all come together and the camera go circle and everything like that. They is something like that is done here, and I don't think like I would say the camera work is inventive or more so innovative. But I wouldn't say it's that they're totally like original. But
Yeah.
what they do is very effective.
And that part is like a way polished version of Hardcore Henry. Yeah, you don't feel nauseated at all in this one because they just know how to very well handle the camera, and it's very inventive. I just love it, man. Fuck. Ah. Now everyone in Letterbox when they see it, like, not. I don't think the Bad Girl movie is bad now. I don't think it's bad. We don't think it is bad. It's like in unison. Most of the Letterbox blurbs or reviews say, yeah, I don't think the movie was cancelled because it's bad. It's because they're just being an asshole. That's it.
It's a tax write-off
That's
as
right
well.
off thing. Yeah. Oh god.
Unfortunate,
Freaking.
man. I hate DCU so much. So bad. They're so inconsistent and stupid. And I don't care.
DCEU, yeah. DCEU still starting. I know semantics.
I don't
Whatever.
care. I don't care. It's all shit. It's not like as I know MCU have been terrible since the Thanos saga, but at least it's consistent enough that I can accept they have a name. DCU, whatever. I don't care. It's so stupid, so dumb. Like I can enjoy, specific components of it, but I can't take it seriously as a giant franchise.
And when you say about the violence being, not they're not indulging in it, but yet it's still realistic when it needs to. So they teased the arrival of an albino crocodile, and then they delivered on, it's not just foreshadowing. It's not just, not, fulfilling the Chekhov's albino crocodile, but they do, and then they put it to, like, they play it on the. Just I don't know what I'm gonna say about that, but yeah, they played off the Chekhov's albino crocodile is what I'm saying.
I like how Martin's like the crocodile's racist. He's racist just because like he's black and the crocodile is white. It's like, oh my
Oh
god,
my
that's so
God.
stupid. I love how it eats the politician.
Yeah.
It's so much fun. Yeah, but I don't like the scene that leads up to that. The only thing that I don't like is how Rita shot the tail of the plane,
Yeah.
and yes, it took down the guy, but it also took down like the pilot that is like a civilian, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
That was it's kind of unfair to him.
Yeah.
You want to hurt the other guy, just go for him. Don't attack civilians.
He
So
died, right?
I don't think so. I don't think he died. I think it's just but they didn't make it clear. They just like make him like sit there and look like he's breathing heavily.
I hope he survived off screen in the universe.
And I hope he comes back for Bad Boys 5,
Yeah.
Just like how Reggie comes back.
Yeah, and just to say
And how Fletcher comes back.
and just to say fuck you, Rita, for leaving me for that. F you, man. You shot me just to show your axe. Stupid.
And dude, when you said before, it's like Hardcore Henry, right?
Yeah, the action. The first person. Yeah.
And I disagree with you a bit,
Okay.
because it can, and I do believe that it can be nauseating for some people.
Yeah,
Be
yeah.
warned, if you watch this movie, just know what you're getting into.
Yeah, you're gonna get
People who
motion
are-
sickness. Yeah.
Who have like motion sickness or whatever, you can get affected. Some of the cameras are kind of rough, but it's rough in a fun kind of way. It's a dynamic kind of way that,
Yes.
people who are willing to. It's like spicy food.
Mm.
People say if you eat something that's super spicy, you get to the point that you can taste like a different array of flavors, but you need to get through the spice. So for people who can't take the heat, just don't put spice, in your food. But for people who do, they can keep eating until they get to the other level. So this is like that. The camera is the other level. It's not for everyone. But those who are willing, it's like, oh my god, it's so good. So also part of the comedy that I forgot to say in the original review is this. So there's a scene where Mike Lowry and Marcus Burnett is staring at the sunset, right? And then there's like a nostalgic voice in the like people singing song in the
Yeah, in
background,
the background, yeah.
like the echoing sound. Bad boys, bad boys. Bad boys, bad boys. You know that part. And I like the fact that they actually do the Marcus version where it goes with that background like voice from like out of nowhere. You know
Instead of
that
the
thing. The
actual
voice
song.
in the sky actually goes there. The Marcus version of the Bad Boys song.
Oh
Well, that's
god.
really funny, especially when I heard like the original song. I'm not really a fan of it. So yeah, most of the part that I do enjoy about Bad Boys is sung by them. So that version is my Bible as well.
Yeah.
And oh god, I love it so much. And still explosions everywhere. I love the character Dawn. I love the character Kelly. They are so much fun. Rita is not as fun, like I said before, but like I believe in this team so much.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird that Armando slows down a bit in this one scene, but I think it's more so that he wants to save the child. Kelly, the character who is like the daughter
Yeah.
of
Judy.
of
Get
Judy.
played by Rhea Sihon, yeah.
Yeah. That was kind of weird, but because I've seen him go like toe to toe better with a knife, and it doesn't seem like he aged that much since the last movie that we saw, which is the third one. So I don't know what happened there, but it is a very emotional scene, and he makes a good meat shield.
He's missing what?
Meat shield.
Oh, Mitchell. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, you are definitely right.
Captain Howard really gives off that Clark Gregg, Phil Coulson vibe,
Yeah, he
which is
does.
I guess it's kind of funny because he's like two of the like it's like three of the characters, like Mike and Marcus in the beginning scene in the store scene, and he's also the guy, who's like the leader to everyone in the other scene. So yeah, I love this one a lot. It's so much fun. Like, dude, ever since I watched the second movie, and ever since he saw it, even after we saw a terrible movie, like
Ah.
like 2 days ago, 2 nights ago, whatever, right?
Oh god.
Which is the total opposite of this, and the
Oh, the
reason
opposite.
why
Oh god.
we review this after that, even though we see this first,
Yeah.
is because we just want to finish the best for last, right?
Yeah,
At least
yeah.
for now, right? Because that movie was so goddamn terrible, and I said that was like the worst movie ever, and it's the opposite of this movie, which is the pinnacle of fun, and it's like so good. The action hits, the comedy hits, the chemistry is so good between these two, and yeah, Martin Lawrence slaps. It's so
He
good.
slaps. He slaps
It
so
gets
much.
like a obvious 10 out of 10. Total improvement from beginning up to the 4. They start from nothing. Like, I don't like Bad Boys, and then Bad Boys 4 blew me away. Like, they blew all their ops, man. And the thing is too, I also want to say that on top of them not making black exclusive jokes, on the flip side, I do like how they approach, how they go heart to heart between Mike and Marcus in a black way. Less words, more action.
Yes,
More
yes,
like,
yes, yes.
what are you on about? Can you stop that? Get off that latch or whatever. So,
Yeah, yeah,
instead of being all soft and you can't be soft with either of these two. These are very stubborn old people who just won't die. They're still bad boys.
Yeah, 10 out of 10 for him. Yeah, this is just a very, very fun time. Cannot go wrong with that movie unless you have motion sickness, or like in my case, I just jump straight to this movie so I can really get, that excitement that he gets, because he gets to know the character and see their growth from nothing to being the ultimate bad boys.
No. That they don't know about bad boys. They've been the bad boys. They've been badass since the beginning. Since
Okay,
scene
no.
one.
What I mean by that is like, seeing that relationship bloom from
Yeah.
from
They,
nothing
I mean,
to
like,
something.
Like, yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
not the two of them, just the extended family.
I guess, yeah.
Because the two of them, they are like
They've
really
been tight
tight
already.
since the get go. They're badasses since the get go.
Alright. So yeah, I guess just my gripe is like I don't get to know the rest of the characters better. So, but I enjoyed the fuck out of this movie. Don't get me wrong. As a newcomer, I will give this a 9 out of 10, and I hope I get to revisit the other 3 after this. The previous 3 movies. I have to get on this ride, man. I have to get it. Go catch this. Peace out
Yeah.
for life.
Get the song you said.
Oh yeah, I can't. Ever since the movie, I saw the movie, I can't get that out of my head.